What is up, everybody? It is Wick here. I'm at a massive rummage sale. Got in, I got some stuff in the bag, some profits already coming in, but I'm up here on this stage checking out the vintage stuff they put up here. Usually price it too high though, because, well, it's old, so they figure it should be priced up. Some of it probably, a lot of it not really, just the way it goes. And this rummage sale happens once a year. It's not my favorite rummage sale just because of how big it is and how many people there are. I guess it's the people. I love big rummage sales. I just don't like a big crowd in my way grabbing everything, right? You can't look at everything just because people's bought it by the time you get to one side or another. So you only get a little bit early on as a chance to buy something. Plus you stand in line for like an hour and there's still like 40 or 50 people in front of you. But we're checking it out anyway, and I'd still love to dig through them. Always will love to dig through these things because you just never know what you're going to find. And right now I'm in the digging phase of this rummage sale. I'm going back through, I'm checking the boxes, looking inside to see if there's anything I may have missed. I love digging. Just this morning I was digging in a box at a garage sale of just random stuff, and I found some vintage Ninja Turtles. Just was not expecting to find that right in a box like that. So you just never know what's going to be in it. I recently found a $1,000 Nintendo game that was under a table with a tote with the lid on it. So you just never know what's at these garage sales, what can be missed. So it is good to dig a little bit. You just never know. What is this? Some sort of roaster. I don't think I've ever even seen that model before. I think they had a price like $30. I'm not really interested in that. Over here, some games. I did grab some games when I first got into this rummage sale. I walked past the table on the way over to the electronics. Grabbed them real quick, just threw them in the bag. Usually what I do at sales like this, I just throw stuff in the bag that I think might be worth it. Sometimes I win, sometimes I lose. But if I'm only paying like $1 or $2, I just don't have the time really to stop and check out that stuff. And that's because I'm trying to get through here and get to some more garage sales and just keep moving. Seem to do the best that way. I definitely probably miss stuff by not spending 2 or 3 hours in here. But let's be honest, with this many people, the good stuff's getting plucked pretty quickly. Lots of Christmas stuff. Of course, I'm late to the party here. But you know what? I ended up finding a pretty good Santa figure. So yeah, I was able to catch that. No one else picked it up. Not sure why. It was actually moved away from that table, so maybe somebody just decided to put it back. I'm not sure, but there's garage sales to hit, and I did find some really good deals at the garage sales today. And we're just checking out to see what this one has. Looks like some cookware stuff, possibly Calphalon. Usually don't buy that kind of stuff unless it's cheap. It's just a lot of it on eBay. But we got a bag here. It looks like a pet safe item in there, which those can be good. Oh, this one. I remember. Yeah, she wanted a lot of money for that pet safe. So ended up passing on that. It's like $100 I think she wanted for that when I asked. Here's some nativity stuff, priced a little high. Nothing special that I noticed. And if you do notice something special I may have walked past, let me know in the comments. What else? Some shirts, some candles, just the kind of stuff you see at every garage sale, right? Just the way it goes. Over here, some shoes I see I want to check out. But if you are enjoying the video, do hit that like button for me. I'd really appreciate it. It helps the video out a lot. And thanks so much for watching. More shoes to check out. Gotta check them out because I've sort of become the shoe guy, it seems. Never tried to be the shoe guy, but here we are. I just keep finding good shoes. Here's one of these sales that have like liquidation or clearance or something. Not my favorite sales. I see this wireless forecast station for 10. I don't know why I didn't look it up. I feel like that's probably worth more than that. Usually this stuff's not what they, based on what they got a price at, it's just not worth picking up. But I do come across a lot of these types of sales. They're definitely not my favorite though, but sometimes they're priced right and you can find some deals to make money, especially if you sell on Amazon and can get some of the stuff new. eBay, it's a lot harder. Over here is puzzles, TVs. Usually don't buy TVs like that unless they're like Sony Trinitrons, special TVs. Those were small. Too bad they didn't have a VCR built in. They might have been worth it. But you know what? I got some great finds today. Let me show you everything I got. Some high dollar items for sure. Check out this haul. I got some amazing items at the rummage sale. Did a couple garage sales and got some incredible stuff as well, including one of the finds of the year, I think. We'll start back here with a not so great find, and that's these Boy Story dolls. I went to a garage sale and walked up, and I was looking at these dolls, and the lady said everything on this table is homeschool stuff, which I thought, well, homeschool stuff, some of it's worth a lot of money. I've never seen these Boy Story dolls before. They look like kind of a high quality toy, and they're priced $10 a piece, and in my head I thought that's probably a good deal. So I was asking the lady some questions about them. I started looking them up on eBay. I searched for Boy Story doll. I put Boy Story in quotations. Didn't see any results for it, so I'm like, well, maybe they're rare, obscure homeschooling stuff. I don't know. So at $10 a piece, I just bought them, got them home, and looked them up again, started doing more research, and of course they started popping up on eBay. This happens. It's very annoying. It makes researching stuff more difficult. I don't know why it's happening. But new, selling for like $25, $30 plus shipping. So I still make some money on these, even selling them used. The biggest issue is the box size. Makes them harder to ship, makes them cost more money. Maybe I'll try to sell them locally or something, but I saw some other resellers pull up, so I just bought them. And I also bought these, I guess they're Bible audiobooks of some sort. You see they got the little note there. The one on Audible is like $20 by itself or something. It's the complete set of 5. These look very good. New, I think they were over $200. Pre-owned, I should be able to sell these, right around $150, I think. I paid $8 for all of them. So pleased with that pickup. And also at that sale, I picked up this Waterpik water flosser. They had 15. I said, will you take 10? They agreed, so I paid $10 for it. Looked like it sells for around $40, $50 new on eBay. So that's some great profit as well. Paid $5 for this Cleveland Indians hat. It's brand new with tags. It's from The Game, which isn't a huge brand, but it is vintage. When I first saw it, I saw that and I thought it was Logo Athletics or something. Now there's some Cleveland Indian hats with the Chief on there that have all over print that will sell for $400, $500 from The Game. Unfortunately, this one's kind of boring, right? But I thought it was worth picking up regardless. And for $1 at the rummage sale, I got this Possible Dreams Santa. You can see there, it's Santa and Mrs. Claus. Couldn't find much. I couldn't find anything on eBay, any comps where it sold in the past 3 years. I did find where it was being sold on the Department 56 website. I'm not sure if it was still being sold, but it was $75 originally. So I think just because it's so rare and there's none listed, I'm gonna price it at least $50 plus shipping. I might even try $75 to start. I've sold a lot of these Possible Dreams Santas in the past. I usually do get them for $1. Actually, last week I shipped one. I got at a rummage sale for $1. I think I sold it for $25, $30. Not all of them are big money, but some of them are great. Here's a pair of Nike shoes. These are new without tags or box. I bought these blind. They had 25 on them. I got them for 20. This pair is not currently listed on eBay. I had to look at the history for the past 3 years. And I found a pair sell for, I think it was $50. They weren't even new. So I'm probably going to price these $60 to start and see if there's something somebody wants. At worst case scenario, I'm pretty sure I'd double my money on those. Here's some stuff I grabbed at the rummage sale very quickly, just because I wasn't even sure if it was new. I picked this Polaroid camera up and I'm like, oh, is that new? I don't know. It was only $2, so I just bought it. It is opened, unfortunately, but it still sells between $20 and $30. It was looking like it's a decent one in the box with the paperwork. Here's another thing I picked up, this Microflex shaver. Now I just sold one of these new, not the same one, but another one I got at a garage sale. I paid $5 for it. It was new. Sold very quickly for $40. You see the price on the bottom. They have 70 on there, I guess from whatever store it was sold at. I paid $2 for it. It was an easy buy. Looks good. I think the only ones I saw on eBay were about $45 and they were pre-owned. So having a new one, I think I'm going to price that $100 to start. The thing with these discontinued products, somebody's been using this for years, and if theirs goes bad or gets lost or something, they want the exact same one, so they turn to eBay. Also just grab these cassettes sets really quick because they were sealed. Didn't even look at the recording time, which they're 90-minute. I never find the 120-minute anymore, it seems. Big difference in price between 90-minute tapes and 120. But I think I paid like a quarter for those, so there's profit to be made regardless. Here's something else I grabbed really quick at the rummage sale. I didn't end up looking it up until I got home. It was $4. Medical Guardian. Some of this medical stuff obviously is big money. This is not great. I probably will just donate this or something. I don't even think it's worth listing on eBay. There's a bunch listed for like $20 or less, and I don't think I saw any sold. So just going to donate that. I know a lot of people are like, Wick, why didn't you just look it up? I could have took the bag over in a corner, you know, and dug this stuff out and researched it. I typically don't do that. You got to figure if I'm getting this stuff cheap enough, like I'm getting something right at this rummage sale. Like just alone on this, I'm making that $4 back on top of everything else. So it's not like I'm ever truly losing money. I could have saved myself $4 though. I could have saved myself $2 on this probably. It sells for $15, so really I'll make my money back on that and make some. But it's one of these older as seen on TV things. Some of these headphone sets, though, that connect to the TV, I've found to be quite valuable. So again, at $2, wasn't going to take that much time when there's a rummage sale and there's thousands of items to get through. I just throw it in the bag and move on. I was also in a hurry to get in line before I had to stand in line for an hour when everyone else is trying to check out, because this is a very big rummage sale. Pay for my stuff and get to some other garage sales, right, and just keep moving. Though if you are new to reselling, I do suggest you take time to look up stuff and don't pay much for things if you are buying them blind. Like at $10 a piece on these Boy Story, I was trying to look them up and I thought I was good to buy them, but you just never know sometimes. And it's not like I'm losing money. If they were like $20 or $30, I didn't find any information, I just wouldn't have bought them. Here is a Garmin. This one is a pretty good one. A lot of these Garmins are just old and no one's buying them. But this one I think is selling for $30, $40. It's complete and in great condition with everything in there. Here's a nice pair of Brooks. And I only paid 50 cents for these. And I think they'll sell for around 40 bucks. It was looking like GTS 20s, a newer pair even. So 50 cents, I'll take a pair of Brooks like that all day long. These are really cool. Anytime I see something Super Nintendo, I get really excited. You know, I was hoping to pick these up and they have games in it or something when I was at the rummage sale, but no, they're just these bags. I think they're from like 2018, the tag said. Paid $1 for them. Of course, I'm buying them. I didn't think they'd be worth selling, but turns out they're rare, and there's some that sold for 25, 30 bucks by themselves. So paid 25 cents, maybe 50 cents for this Angry Birds little plush. Mentioned before, I just kind of buy these when I see them and save them up and then lot them together when I get them cheap like that. Here is a good find, I think. This is a vintage Scream mask. This is the orange color. This is a Fun World mask. I was digging in a box and found it. It was only $1. Trying to do research on these is a little bit annoying because some of them are worth hundreds, even into the thousands. Some of them aren't worth that much. Based on what I'm seeing on this one, I don't know if I can get it here on camera. It says Fun World Division on the chin. Using Google Lens and comparing others that have sold, I did see one that looks identical to this with the exact same markings, sell for $200. That was the one that sold for the most. Saw some others that sold for around $100. And there's some listed at around $700, $800. I don't know if there's any less than that for this particular one. I think it's guaranteed to sell at around $100, but I'm hoping to just get more money for it, especially with Halloween around the corner. I think the most I've sold a Scream mask for vintage was $75, and I sold another one for $60. Seems like I've sold 3. Maybe I've only sold 2. But just a great thing to find while digging in a box, right? Here's some Bratz dolls. I paid $1 a piece for these. I got all their clothing and everything. So not bad. I Google Lensed them real quick when I got home just to see if there's anything rare. This one here might be rare. I think her clothing was a little different, which I don't know what clothing they're supposed to have. But it looked like one similar sold for 40. Either way, at $1 a piece, there's at least $25 profit there. Here is this Beauty and the Beast Disney snow globe, 75 cents. You see there what I paid for it. Just bought it blind because some of these Disney globes are big money. It's pretty sure this one was not going to be. Doesn't look as, you know, crazy as some of the other ones. It is in good condition though, and look like I sell it for probably 20 bucks plus shipping. There's a few listed on eBay, not a whole lot selling, but then again, it's not been Christmas for almost a year, so it's kind of hard to tell without looking back, you know, 3 years. I don't think I did with this item. But there's definitely profit at 75 cents. Here's a pretty good baseball glove. $3 is what I paid for it. Louisville Slugger. I picked it up and the guy having the sale said, that's a 90-year-old glove. And I'm like, I don't think it is. It has a little bit of damage there. At $3, I figured there's still profit in it. It looks like it's like a $30 to $40 glove without the damage. So I'll probably price it like $25 or something like that. I'll make some money on it. This is kind of interesting as well. This is just a videotape rewinder plus one. I thought, well, it's just an off-brand. It's probably not even going to be that great. But it was only $1.75, so I went ahead and bought it. It's also brand new in there, which I figured, definitely make some money. Looking this up, I was kind of surprised. There's a lot of them listed for like $75, $80, but they're all from France. And there was one that sold, I think it was for like $60 from France. So this is something I'm going to price high, and just to see if anyone will buy it, especially since it's new. I think I'll price it at least $75. Very possible I get a sale. You just have to do some speculation on something like this. But $1.75, there's no way I lose money. Got a stack of stuff. Some of it sealed. This model set, which was $10. I figured this was going to be good, so at $10 I wanted to look it up, pulled out my phone, searched real quick, like, wow, these are selling for like $50 sealed. I think I even saw some sell for $59.99. Still going to make some great profit on that. Paid $1.50 for this Christmasopoly because it's sealed. I thought it might be worth selling. It is. I think it was on Amazon. I was going to sell it and make like 15 bucks or something, maybe even 20. Below it is a Whoville-opoly. I've sold this before, new sealed, and I remember selling it for like $120. I think I even sold it on eBay at the time because Amazon wasn't letting me sell it. This sells pretty good. Also on eBay used, it looks like I can probably sell that for $30. Haven't even opened it yet though. Hopefully all the pieces are in there. Honestly, it's just hard to tell with this stuff when you buy it pre-owned, but should be able to make some good profit, only paying $1.50. This is the first thing I grabbed at that rummage sale was this Trump the Game. I know some Trump items have went up in value and probably up again in value just because of the future election. So for 50 cents, actually I think I paid $1 for this. I think the games were $1 at the rummage sale. We'll just have to see what the condition's like when I get into it. The box is a little beat up. Vintage from 1989. Now let's talk about this find. I think this is going to be one of the best finds of the year, possibly financially one of the best finds ever. It just depends what's in here. And these are old vintage Tarzan books. And I went to a sale and there was a lady, she had them out. $2 a piece is what she had on them. And I said, if I bought all of these, would you do $1 a piece? And she said, okay, if you buy them all. So there's 28 hardcover books in here. They're actually in pretty good condition from the age. These Tarzan books were originally from like 1919 and 1920s. I believe Tarzan of the Apes here is like the first one, right? Now, unfortunately, it looked like a lot of these were library books. Yeah, they've been stamped, which hurts the value. But if you happen to have a actual first edition, this particular one here was selling for, I think I saw one sell for $700. Purchased June 1914. This could really be a first edition. I'm looking forward to researching these later. It's a shame that it's not in a bit better condition, but I mean, it's over 100 years old, right? And was a library book. But if you start looking at lots of these on eBay, you can see just 7 of these Tarzan books would sell for around, I saw 7 sell for 180. I saw like 6 or 7 sell for 150 in a lot of cases. Having 28, I think that's well over $500 profit just selling them that way. I saw some books selling by themselves, for $80 to $150. But at some point this week, I'm just going to have to go through every single one of them, research them and make sure I don't have any true first editions and try to see what they're selling for. There's not a whole lot of these around, so they are kind of hard to research. It does look like there's one paperback stuck in here. I don't know if I paid for that or that was just kind of thrown in. The paperbacks do sell pretty good if you have a lot of them. I don't know if these originally had covers on them or not, and they're just missing. Maybe some of the newer ones did, but I'm sure the covers, matter too with the price on these. But really excited about this one actually, because I was looking up comps and I'm like, I hope I have Tarzan of the Apes. I just happened to see it right there. So if I have any new information by the time I edit this video, I'll have it on the screen, or maybe I'll make a separate video on those while I'm researching them, because just a really cool find. Could be well over $1,000 profit in this box, but I think I can estimate at least $500 profit, and that's pretty good for only paying $28. There it is, everybody. That's my haul for today. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you learned something. If you did and enjoyed the video, you can hit that like button for me. You can make sure you are subscribed. Just hitting that subscribe button helps me out so much. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, flipping_junk. And this has been Wick. Till next time.